Yes. The timing of that one was perfect. I like it when things work out like that, and that's great. Lovely to see you here. Thank you for joining me for the general Lenormand card spread reading. Look, someday I might get into going back to tarot and the rest, but it's a bit of a potluck. When that might be, I probably won't. Oh, who knows? Good morning, Karen. And how are you on this lovely Saturday morning? It's beautiful sunshine outside, as you can tell with the light on the side of my hair and now my face. It's, yeah, the grass is wet, it's cold. It's not like it's beautiful warm weather, but it's certainly a sunshine and the breeze is blowing gently. Gorgeous weather. So hopefully it lasts for the rest of the day. It'd be lovely to take the dogs for a walk in that. Now, I'm going to switch around to the cards in a moment. Just a reminder that that scrolly bar, that is my website and the Facebook page. I do have the cross-posting happening to my Boundy page, which is that one down there, and to my YouTube as well, and the Hypnosis Plus with Ros, which is more the work page for the therapies. So I do have a little bit of a mix. So good morning. Oh, you've popped over onto the Ros Boundy page as well, Karen. That's lovely. I'll switch around the cards so that we can get that happening, and I'll drop the scroller bar because that can be distracting. And see how bright the sunshine is this morning? And I do actually have a little filter over the whole screen that's like a rainbow effect, because I really liked that intro video that had the balloon in its rainbow colours, and I saw that effect in the studio too, and I thought, wow, got to have that, just as a little bit of a filter to soften off what is the aspect and visuals of the what can be sometimes a bit harsh looking. Now, the cards we've got this morning in the usual layout, we've got the workspace energy here where the woman is. We have the mice in the home space, so that's interesting. And we've got the anchor in the unexpected. Up the top there, we've got the key in our role. That's the energy of, it's called our role, that's the label of it. And we've got the snake in the outcome. So it's a very interesting little lineup here as far as what we've got in that horizontal. So in the workspace, I mean, as far as the older woman goes, because I do use this as my initial reading, it's what my intention is, but the intention to be meaningful to anyone, everyone who reads and sees these cards, this spread this morning. Maybe you yourself are, good morning, Kirsten, how are you? Maybe you yourself are in that, in the older bracket. Well, I mean, it's just more mature, isn't it? We're just using our inner wisdom and all that we have as our experiences, bringing it forward into the now. And in this case, it's actually in the workspace energy. So the things relevant to what we do as our work, our income, our life earnings, our life energy, the things that are more in that frame of mind and aspect of work. So I'm feeling it is bringing all that we are right now, and that's the more feminine side. It's that gentler, nurturing, being gentle with what we're bringing in, what we're considering with those work projects, especially if we are in that self-employed or business mode rather than an employee. But it can be just as relevant for any who are in paid work, paid jobs. It doesn't detract from that factor. It's still bringing the energies of who you are in that maturity, in that level of understanding and wisdom into your workspace. So using it wisely, okay, and reflecting on some of those things that are outside of our control. And because I'm feeling that looking out the window is almost as that witness, but bringing it that understanding and maturity with what is out of our control, that we just, deal wisely with it. The mice in the home space. Well, we're at the end of winter-ish coming up, because there is the blossoms on the trees, and our fruit trees have got the flowers starting already, which I'm sure most of you in the Southern Hemisphere, well, in Australia, potentially have. In Southern Australia, I'm not sure what the northern end does near the tropics. I think the seasons are a little bit different there, of course, because of the equator and all that sort of thing in tropical zones. So, but we do have what do you call it? Well, it is predators in a way, but we have the opportunists in the mice, and they're taking advantage of what is laying around and what is in our space for, feeding themselves, for actually having the fun, swinging from that and feeding at the same time almost, because they do eat plastic and stuff. Yuck. But as you can see, I find it a happy card because there's plenty there, and they're taking advantage of it. They've snuck in the night, because you do sort of realise mice tend to be a night little creature because it's quiet and they don't get the interruptions, and they feel safer. So that's what they're doing. So bring the light forward and show what they are. Show them for what they are. And that goes for the relationships around us as well too. That's going to be revealed. There's the light that's shining on these mice being caught out, being, by surprise. And hi, Kim, how are you? All the way in Western Australia. Wonderful. My youngest son lives over north of Perth and works in one of those FIFO type jobs. I've not been over there yet, besides many, many years ago to now I'm trying to think of the place. I know it's right in the middle somewhere that starts with an M. My memory does fail me at this end of my lifespan, and I don't care. Anyway, here we have the mice, and we can see, there's the bit of a warning to be aware of, presence of that type of thing happening, where someone is in the background or something is in the background, sort of effectively stealing our resources. But, you've got plenty. Is it really an issue? Share it around, but be aware, okay? And that goes for relationships and emotions and things like that too. We have plenty of love to share around. Spread it out. Let it come. And hi, Sharon. How are you this morning? And Kristen, how are you? It's a lovely photo there. And me too, Namoldi maybe. No, I know it was an M, and it's where there's the Murchison Pastoral Patrol as far as the Uniting Church goes, because my brother and sister-in-law were there as a flying padre. And for the life of me, I just cannot think of the name. I know it starts with an M, and it's not Murchison, but it's the town that's there. I know we had a wonderful flight over to Newman or somewhere like that. It was that far up. On the way back, we dropped into New Norcia, and that's a wonderful place too. It was a lovely trip visiting family. So in that instance, but it was many years ago, probably 2006, 7, something like that. I just can't remember. Oh, good morning, Kathy. You're over on the Boundy page as well. Thank you for popping in and watching. We've got the anchor in the unexpected. So that's, those moments where you're going to need it. You're going to be able to drop the anchor effectively to hold the boat steady, to hold what you're doing steady, and be able to focus for that length of time on what you're needing to be doing in that space. That's it. Yeah, we've got you over here on the mytimetv.live. That's the link that is above, and you can watch from YouTube as well, because that link is in the description. On my profile, I think I added that one. So if you're over on the YouTube and want to look for Boundy, you'll find it there too. It should say live. Now, what was I up to? Yes, dropping your anchor. Make sure it grabs so that it does hold steady. And that's the unexpected card. So, because sometimes, you can feel that there is a bit of a drag and you're not holding steady enough. And that's where the focus needs to be, on those moments where it does feel like things are dragging. You need to lift up the anchor and put it out again to make it hold. So it's that sort of a action effect that you're going to get with that. And it'll hold as steady as you need it to. If you feel it starting to drag again, pull it up, reset it. And that's also what we can look at with our key here, and that's your role. So the key is to have that awareness and that knowing. So here we've got the knowing, and here we've got the awareness of what's happening in behind. So have that tuning in. I think that's where your role is, to be in tune with what your energy is doing, what is going on around you, and be you know, ready to have that instant reaction if you're needing to have a, put into place and a reaction, but make sure it's a considered reaction, so that instead of being so reactive that you're out of control, that you actually have that control. And that's where that anchor is, the evidence of that. Feel that you've got that, and know really that you've got that control. You have the, you pull up that anchor and you reset it, so that it's in your space as you need it to be, and holding your space steady. And you'll get done what you need to have done. You're going to be able to unlock the key for whatever that purpose is. That beautiful rose, it could be to do, it feels like it's a bit more to do around the relationship sort of issues, with that rose being present there. And if you subscribe to your YouTube channel, should pop up in your feed when you go on YouTube. Yeah, the notifications. I know there was a change with notifications through YouTube channels recently. Someone, one of my friends, had mentioned in a group that I'm in with YouTube group, Hangouts actually, had said they don't get the notifications like they used to. So you probably need to go in and actually click. Used to be the little bell, but you might need to go into settings and say turn on notifications for this subscriber, for this channel, or whatever it says. But yeah, thank you for that pointer, Sharon, because it's quite right. And what I'm not getting this morning is whether you are on the Facebook pages or on YouTube. What I noticed last night with Leanne was that usually the YouTube will have the little red icon, the little arrow icon type thing, as part of what shows up in your avatar there. It's not doing that now. So obviously there's been a change in Facebook again that doesn't allow that change, that pointer to show up. So if you are on YouTube, just do a YT at the end of your name so that I can see it. It's just an interesting factor of just knowing where people come from too. Thank you for Kim mentioning that she's in Western Australia. Most of you, I am becoming used to, like, knowing where you are actually from, but it's lovely to point it out for others to be able to see as well where you're coming from. Yeah, it was the bell icon, so it's still that. That's good. You can tell I don't sort of hang around YouTube all that often. I do use it, yes. These videos are actually stored in a watch list. Is that what it's called? Playlist. In a playlist that's called the Daily LENORMAND. So you can always go back to the YouTube channel very easily and find them there. It's not always as easy on Facebook, although I do understand there are playlists or something on the mytimetv.live page. I don't always remember to put these into that, because I think that's a manual thing. Not 100% sure. Anyway, we'll get back to the reading, because we've got the snake as the outcome. Interesting. Interesting. Especially since it's in this line. It almost seems like there's a lot of deception happening here. There's the two cards in the row, and the one with the snake as the outcome. Because snakes can be a little bit like that snake in the grass feeling. You don't know where they're going to pop up. Sometimes you can be walking right over them and not even know that you've done that. Other times they might let you know by being that hissing, horrible snake that stands up and threatens you, because I've had that happen before too, many times actually, as I've lived on farms a lot of the time in my life, and you go walk in the paddocks and, yeah, you come across some snakes. Hi, Shaz, how are you? I suppose you've had a good evening and a good morning start. Lovely to see you here. But this, in this respect, I mean, look, it's probably just the knowing that you really do need to be aware of what's happening around your space in your life, because there's all sorts, all types, all experiences of what is. our lessons in life, and we do sometimes need to be learning some of those tricksters, the cheeky little mice that go taking advantage, the snakes. Yeah, they can be tricksters. Even we haven't got the fox in this spread, but we have had it through this week. And having that, sometimes you feel that the fox itself is actually a trickster, because they have that wily sense of very clever ways of getting around what is obstacles and getting their own way. The snake is just trying to convince to something else, to doing something else. So it's almost like I just feel, but it's still with the abundance, whether it's to do with the greediness and they don't want you just getting in their stuff, whether, the fact that there is plenty to share anyway. And here we have that pattern. There is plenty to share here. Look at the abundance in what the mice are moving into, and the abundance of the fruit behind the snake. It really is giving the indication that there is abundance. We just need to let go of what is, this holding it to ourselves. And as far as the snake goes with that outcome card, and letting it be that it's something that there is enough. There is always going to be enough to share. Just open up that, what's going to form into an 8. But Chinese astrology, apparently that is, when it's an 8, it actually is the infinity sign. There's an abundance. There is a never-ending supply of what you need in that good fortune. So read it as you feel what you're reading, feel the messages that you yourself are actually having come into your mind, into your intuitive center, that heart space, and receive the messages that are more relevant for you. Okay, I can only explain it as I see, feel these cards and in my energy. So you tuning into what is your energy, your soul center or heart center. That's the connection that you're feeling with your source, be it God. Because I do not, I really don't feel that this type of tool undermines anything that is our belief systems, whether we're Christians, whether we're Buddhists, Islamic, or whatever, Muslim. It doesn't matter. It's just it is a tool that we're tapping into our own energies to be able to understand ourselves more and what's going on around us. So use it as that focus for you. So, and trust it. I do believe, trust it. So I'm just going to pop this up in the screen again, because I did this last night. It's the way that we can do the selling, and I forgot to. I wonder if I can do that while we're doing it. I'm just going to. It should come up with a label. Whoops, I'm just going to blank that one out again. It shouldn't show up. It should come up. Oh, there it is. Obviously, it didn't have quite enough room. It's a Lenormand thing. It's just the cards I do on a Sunday evening, Lenormand cards and things like that. I'm just going to move those and bring forward just these decks underneath the camera, just to show you just a little preempting of what's possible, what might be for the session tomorrow night. Because I have that link that has popped up. You can click on that. It should take you to where you can sign in for that. So we've got this is just the 3 decks that I have of the Lenormand. I actually bought this one and this one in the last week. I ordered them on Amazon and they came within 3 days. And they're a beautiful deck. I showed them as a card deck last night. You'll see more of them tomorrow night if you pop in to that session. It's only $20 and it's a great time. We have fun. We're working towards doing the grand tableau readings, which are these ones, and I'll bring that one up as well because I do have that in my list of readings. And this is the other factors that I've got here. So I'll show these in the stream. So it's just the different options, and I'm going to pop that one out of the Lenormand, And here we have, there's one sort of tarot card reading. The links are going to probably pop up in the chat stream. I forgot to drop that off. Now, this is the Grand Tableau reading I was just mentioning. It is putting all of the cards, all of them, oh, I've got to get that level, on the table, the 36, and that's from just the regular deck of the Lenormand. So it is the 36 cards, and they're laid out, and there's ways of reading them that we can learn. That's the cost of what a reading is, because it's so detailed and goes for quite a while, as in timeline. And I'm not sure whether I did actually have that one ticked. I will put that one there with the link showing up in the stream. So it does show up now. So that this one here, then we've got the other readings that I do, and they're fun. And this is the one that I do on the Wednesday night. So that's another one that is a process of the learning the cards, but that's all on any of them. So it's all fun. I love doing them. I love offering them. So it would be wonderful if you have the time to be able to join in, if you've got a set of cards, and share that time and space with us, space and time, space in time. Anyway, share it with us to be able to just learn more for yourself in the how to do your own readings, and even for others if you choose to. It is something that we can all grow in whatever tools that we are using for our own benefit, for our benefit, to learn for ourselves what lessons we have, to be able to then share that onward to others in our humanity, in our, whatever avenues that we're placing our energy, in the society, the town, the family. Good morning, Deirdre. I see that you're over on my Boundy page. I am just finishing up now because I can see I've gone over the 20 minutes again. I was still trying to get these to stay at the 15-minute mark, but it's becoming harder because I really enjoy sharing this time and space with you. So for tomorrow will be the 8 o'clock still. I'll still be doing that on the Sunday and sharing the session with whoever is going to be signing up and joining in for the It's a Lenormand thing session that's at 7:30 tomorrow night. And hopefully you can continue onward with your day, being the best person that you can be. And I'll see you tomorrow or tomorrow night. Oh, Deirdre, you're on the wrong page. I can see that there. You still are, honey, because you need to be at that link that says mytimetv.live to bring up the comments like I've just done with my link that's there. So, and this is the one that's actually for the reading your cards, the Wednesday night one. I like how that little, the slideshow actually has the links being able to be put on the chat stream. I don't have to remember them and type them in madly as I'm doing the show. So it's just everything, trying to be as convenient and easy for you as the watcher, to be able to go to where it's a lot of fun to share what we do. So I'll see you tomorrow morning around the 8 o'clock as well. So bye for now and namaste. Enjoy your day too. Beautiful.